Is she pitching for us? For
Natalie Nichols will be
Natalie
pitching.
Nichols is pitching.
Will be the starter.
Here's the first pitch. Swung on, fly ball, shallow right field. The right fielder directly under it makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 efficient at-bats as Sui throws 4 straight strikes in her first pitches. That'll bring up McKay Wilson-Hume, who had a 3-run home run earlier today. Swinging at the first pitch.
Should be a 2.
She likes to swing at the first pitch. Let's see what happens. And she does. Ground ball right to the shortstop. One hopper. She cannot handle it. I think that's Palmer at short. Wilson-Hume is safe at first. The Wildcats have a runner on first with their number 4 hitter, Elise Bush, coming up the bat, who has been as hot as anybody in the tournament. 7 for 7 in her last 7 at-bats. Last 8 at-bats, including 1 intentional walk, 3 home runs, and 4 singles. Here's the pitch. And she does come through again. She hits a grounder. It gets through the legs of the center fielder. They're going to send McKay Wilson-Hume around the bag to score the first run of the game. Elise Bush walks into third base with a three-bagger off a single and an error by the center fielder, who is standing there in disbelief with her head down, understanding how that ball got between her legs. The Wildcats will take it, though, as they won on the board. Nice little 2-out rally, bringing up Taylor Reedhead, the second baseman. Let's see what happens from here. Bush standing on third base.
Both those batters took the first pitch. I wouldn't be surprised to see Taylor swinging as well, as she does. Gets by the catcher. The runner stays put wisely at third. Taylor falls in a hole. 0-1 with a good cut on that first pitch from Sui.
On that first change up from Sui. That was a nice pitch there by number 20. Call right down the middle, strike 2. So Reedhead quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Trying to find a way to get Elise Bush, who's been hot as anyone in this whole tournament offensively, get her home. Here comes the pitch from Sui. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Broncos limit the damage, only allowing 1 run on an error. We are going to come back in a moment to the top of the first inning, bottom of the first inning, where the Broncos will bat. This TV timeout will be brought to you by Discovery Properties. Sam Applenop in South Summit, Utah. Make sure you see him for all your real estate needs. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Sam Applenop of Discovery Properties. Sam is your local real estate expert. Let him help you buy or sell property. Call or text him at 435-901-0720 for all your real estate needs. Defensively for South Summit, it looks like they have Desmond Wilson-Hume behind the plate. Pitching will be
Stephanie.
Natalie Nichols. At first base, Jade Snyder. Second base, Taylor Reedhead. Shortstop, Hannah Peterson. Third base, McKay Wilson-Hume. Stephanie Nagel out in right. Rachel Rydalch in left. And Sydney Vadrine, the center fielder. So the defense of the Wildcats takes the field as number 42 steps in to the batter's box for the Broncos, Charla Yanito.
That's Charla Yanito is what we have.
She is the center fielder who just had the error and allowed the run.
We'll do our best with the names.
First pitch in there, inside, ball 1. Nichols in the circle, ready to deliver. Nice change up, still inside, ball 2. So in the first game, Yanito reached on base 1 time with a walk. The other 3 times, it looks like she grounded out.
To the third baseman 2 times. Once to the shortstop.
Third baseman twice, second baseman once. And there's another ground out to the shortstop. If Hannah can get the throw over, she does. Wildcats have the first out of the inning there as Yanito grounds out to the shortstop for the third time today, first time in this game. That'll bring up
Jade Palmer.
Jade is the shortstop for the San Juan Broncos. The rain is starting to come down. Here's the pitch.
Umbrellas are coming out and wind is whistling through our mic.
Little inside. Ball one. And there's a line drive right to the quick glove of Hannah Peterson, who tries to throw it around, but it doesn't matter. She already got the out, so 2 down.
She fires one over there to the head coach San Juan. He wasn't ready either.
Win it any way you can. The raindrops are big, not like yesterday where we had some small drizzle. These are some big raindrops out there, but the girls are going to keep playing. Fans are scrambling to get their umbrellas. Nichols gets set, gets her signs, ready to deliver the pitch to
Tatiana
Susu.
Sui.
Is it Sui Sui?
It is Sui.
All right. I'll pronounce that the correct way from here on out. Tatiana Sui Sui.
Her first at bat in the first game, like I said, was a home run.
Here's the pitch. And that's a hard shot to right field over the fence. First at bat in this game is a home run as Sui Sui ties up the game with one swing. Tremendous athlete, tremendous power. It is now 1-1 in this semifinal game.
And she's the brunt of their offense for the most part, as she has been doing this all season long. Pitching, keeping the score low, and helping herself out when she gets a chance at 8.
Well, that'll bring up number 3, Jessica Swenson. She is the second baseman. Was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice in her first game. Today, that is.
Likes
Nichols
everything to the left side.
with the pitch, up high, ball one.
A lot of the balls she hits will head towards the left half of the infield because her swing is so quick.
Here's the pitch from Nichols. Down low, ball 2. Very important game, could be the most important game of the whole tournament, as the winner of this game only has to play one more if they can win again. There's a nice shot going into right field. Nagel goes back, it's off the fence. It's going to drop on the ground, and she's going to be in there with a stand-up double for Swenson as the offense continues here for the San Juan Broncos, bringing up Leilani Begay, the first baseman. So as I was saying, the winner of this game can win out with 2 wins and be the champions. The loser will have to play an extra game more to get back to this championship game. So there's still a lot of softball left to be played here. Pass ball by the catcher, unable to block it is Wolstenhume, as Swenson moves over third base. Begay ahead of the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runner on third. 1-1 ball game. San Juan looking to get with the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Begay set in the box, awaits the pitch from Nichols. Outside, ball 3. So Natalie quickly behind here. 3 balls, no strikes. A few strikes she's throwing. The San Juan Broncos are putting the ball in play, so she's trying to paint those outside corners, inside corners.
If you're the coaches here, you might want her swinging at something. It might be the best look she gets as it goes by on the take sign. So I guess not. 3-1 count, Leilani.
Swenson on third, trying to find a way to get home. And that's a foul ball, strike 2, so the count is now went from 3-0 to 3-2. We'll have a payoff pitch coming up here as Natalie tries to work her way out of this jam she's got herself into. Begay would like nothing more than put the ball in play, maybe get a base hit, score a run. we'll look for Nichols' changeup right here to do something different than that. And here it is, and it's going to be a pop-up to right field. Nagel moves back, jumps up, makes the catch. That could have been going over the fence. Hard to tell. Either way, it was a great defensive play to get the third out of the inning. And the Wildcats and Broncos are tied up 1 apiece as we move to the second inning. This TV timeout will be brought to you by Gateway Dentistry, Dr. Ammon Pitt in Summit County. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Dr. Ammon Pitt at Gateway Dentistry in Camas, Utah. Dr. Pitt has a very simple business philosophy. Be honest, inform each patient so they know their options, keep each patient as comfortable as possible, and provide high quality work. I've heard nothing but good things about Dr. Pitt. Make sure you come see him for your dentistry needs. Here we go to start the second inning. The Wildcats will be sending up their number 6 batter, Rachel Rydalch. She bats righty, plays left field, one of the 8 seniors for South Summit. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed.
0-1 count now to Rachel. Sui looks to do what she has done all tournament and continue to try to sit batters down. That one is going to hit her. Take your base.
That's one way to get.
Probably the easiest way against Sui is she has so much movement when she's throwing. Looked like an easy one to dodge, but she stands in there as it's rolling and slow down quite a bit. Might as well wear that one on the shin, get on easy.
That's what I tell my son to do when he's in the box. Take it. Help out your team.
I got hit as many times as anyone on my senior year of baseball, and that's just because I wasn't very quick to get out of the way.
Well, that'll bring up Wollstonhume, who squares the bunt, lays down a beautiful bunt right to the pitcher. He's going to get the sure out at first, but not before Wollstonhume's able to do her job and move Rydalch over to second base with 1 down. That'll bring up Jade Snyder, the first baseman for the Wildcats. She's got a runner in scoring position. Coach Boeing cheering on his team, saying, here we go, here we go. Here comes the pitch from Sui Sui. Swung on, foul ball, strike 1.
One strike to Jade Snyder. Runner on second is Rachel Rydalch. She was moved over there on that sacrifice bunt, perfectly laid down by Miss Desmond Wollstonhume.
Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball to the third baseman, who goes for the out at first, gets it, doesn't look back the runner. Looks like they had planned on, let's just get the out. We know where we are in the lineup. All we need to do is get some ground balls. We'll be out of here without that run scoring, as they just let Rydal run right over to third base with her holding the ball in her hand, the third baseman, which I believe is Lori Begay. So Tatiana delivers the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-1 ball game, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Wildcats with a runner on third, Rachel Rydalch. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball. It's going to, looks like it's going to stay in play. The first baseman backs up to get it, unable to make the catch.
New life.
And Stephanie Nagel stays alive. Needs to straighten it out a little bit. Fans are very into this game down there on the field. Seems like they're doing more coaching than the coaching. That's very common. There's another foul ball. Nagel staying alive. She's got the bat on it. She's just
Vidrine batting.
Oh, Vidrine. She's just got to get a little quicker with the swing. So is Nagel not batting in this game?
Nagel's not batting. Gotcha. Sydney was re-entered after this morning.
Okay.
She didn't bat this morning, took a break, And she's back to face Sui Sui, who she faced earlier in the year, doing well. Strikes out on that. Strike 3. Sui Sui gets out of there. No damage done. One runner left on third.
This TV timeout will be brought to you by Cafe Galleria in Midway, Utah. We will be back in a moment. This next timeout is brought to you by Cafe Galleria, located in Midway, Utah on Main Street. Cafe Galleria is a great little restaurant. It has outdoor seating with beautiful surroundings. Nice little quiet town in Midway. The food is amazing. They have some of the best bagels I've ever had since I left New York City. That's saying a lot. They have a wood-burning oven. They cook their pizzas and bagels in fresh every day. Make sure you check it out. Cafe Galleria in Midway.
The official stats partner of the UHSAA.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. Natalie Nichols still pitching for South Summit, doing her warm-up pitches. The little bit threat of rain has kind of gone away. I can see the sun's out enough to already dry up the few raindrops that were on the concrete. So that's a good sign. There is a dark luminous cloud over us, but it's not too dark. We're hoping it just holds the water in. So 1-1 ball game, just what you expect from these two powerhouse teams. Probably most would say these are the two best teams in the whole state for 2A softball. I bet you they could knock out a bunch of the other 3A, 4A, and 5A teams. That's how good they are. So in the box for the Broncos,
we have Mary Royer. Singles one up in the air. It is going to drop right into Stephanie Nagel's mitt for out number 1. Great hustle by the right fielder to get in on that ball. Reedhead was also giving it a chance. And Steph gets there just in time. 1 down for the Lady Wildcats.
Boy, she read that hit well. She came charging in the moment it left the bat, knew it was going to be a tough one to catch. Takes her bare hand, covers it up in the mitt. Very fundamental play. Good job by the right fielder for the Wildcats.
Now stepping into the batter's box, number 45, Lori Begay, takes the first pitch just a little low for the ump's liking. That's ball 1. Change up, left just a little high, ball 2.
Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Nichols pitching to Begay. It's going to be a little blooper straight to the second baseman, Reedhead, for the second out of the inning.
Reedhead retires that one with 1 hand, just like she's been doing it for 15 years of her life, which she probably has. 2 down, number 17, Bailey Bowers.
When I was 3 Hayden, I had to use 2 hands, so she must be better than me.
She maybe just said, you know what, fundamentals are for fundamental people. I'm just going to do it this way, make it look good.
That ball gets by the catcher for ball 1. Both pitchers doing their job, holding the other team through the heart of their lineups, only to 1 run each.
Bailey Bowers selected out of 8 different substitutes that San Juan has on the roster to be their designated hitter. So I'm sure she can give it a ride as she knocks that one back into the chain link fence.
1-1. We have our on-the-field microphone down there behind home plate. Hopefully you guys can hear the sounds of the game and not just Hayden and myself talking to you. I'm sure the game's more interesting than us. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Might even get to hear a few parents. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, we might have to edit this afterwards then.
It's already live. They're going to hear it. They're going to have it. They're going to love it.
Here's the pitch from Nichols. Swung on and missed. The catcher drops the ball, picks it up, fires to first base for the out. And a strikeout for Natalie Nichols as the Broncos go down 1-2-3. And is still a 1-1 ball game as we move to the 3rd inning. This game is just moving along. This TV timeout we brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop on Main Street in Heber City, Utah. Make sure you see them for all your fly fishing needs. They'll give you some good hints on some great flies to use for the Provo, Strawberry, and Green River as well. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop in Heber City, Utah. A great little fly shop with a great staff, They make you feel like royalty every time you come in. They have all the gear you need and some of the best flies in Utah. They offer top-notch guide trips on the Green River in Wyoming, Strawberry River in the Uintas, as well as my favorite fishery, the Provo River. Provo is one of the best trout rivers in the Rocky Mountains. Make sure you come by and see fish heads to get all your gear.
And we're back to the top of the lineup. Top of the third inning as well. Natalie Nichols will lead off the Wildcats. The second time Suey will have to face this powerful offense of the Wildcats.
Look at that defense of the Broncos. They know Natalie very well, don't they?
If they watched the last game, they'd be backing up as she swung freely, hit herself a triple and a double. And we'll see what she decides to do as she swings through one, trying to put it through. Both first base and second base were retreating to the bag in such a worry that if she does lay it down, she's halfway there, as are they. So it's going to be a race to the bag if she can put one down. First pitch swung on, strike one. Second pitch fouled straight back into the air. She dug herself a hole, 0-2 count. Nothing new for Natalie as she's been hitting on 2 strikes all day long. Suey got her right where she wants her, especially with the repertoire of pitches she has. Be surprised by nothing. And Nat managed to fight another one off, a little higher in the zone, out to the outside. Straight back once again. Natalie Nichols staying alive in there. Natalie's been their rally starter all day. First game, she gets on, Hannah gets on. She gets out, Hannah gets out. Same thing today. Natalie got out and Hannah got out, so we'll see what they can do. Natalie watches an outside pitch from Suey for ball one. 1 count for Natalie in the box.
Tatiana doing a wonderful job inside the circle there, controlling her pitches everywhere she wants to throw them.
And Natalie finds a gap. It's going to get through. Biden up finish to the grass. Natalie could get a triple here. She's rounding. Maybe going to score. Nope, they'll probably hold her on that one on the triple. Natalie punches one through the gap of the shifted infield all the way out to the fence. The outfielders couldn't quite get to it in time. And with Natalie's wills, it was no doubt a triple from the start. And she is now standing in scoring position as number 10, the sophomore Hannah Peterson, steps up to take a bat.
Let's see how right you are, Hayden. You said if she gets on, Hannah gets on, so we'll see if you can predict the future here.
So no pressure, but we'll see what she does.
Hannah bats lefty in the box, just like Natalie. Here comes the pitch from Suey. Swung on, right to the second baseman, who looks back the runner and gets the shore out as Peterson grounds out to a 4-3 play here to make the first out of the inning, which will bring up McKay Wilston-Hume with a runner on third. Usually, if that ball's hit to the right side like that in the field, Nichols will be able to score, but this sharp San Juan defense able to hold the runner back.
I think with how shallow they're playing, had Mr. Bowen questioning whether to send her or not. First pitch in there, inside corner for McKay, didn't like it, strike one.
I think that was the right call from Coach Cody Bowen.
Yeah, you almost expect Natalie to keep creeping off and try to draw that throw to see if they can make the infield make an error. But she did not that time. That pitch, same spot, not same call. Ball 1, 1-1 to McKay.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third, 1-1 ball game. Broncos, Wildcats, runner on third. Here comes the pitch. Call for strike 2. So Wilston-Hume has 2 strikes on her, trying to find a way to get the leadoff triple from Natalie Nichols to come home. Here's the pitch from Tatiana, and it's a line drive right up the middle for a base hit. It's going to score a run. The Wildcats are now on top of the Broncos, 2-1, as McKay Wilston-Hume, the third baseman for the Wildcats, continues to have a good bat throughout this tournament and has an RBI single, bringing up the very dangerous Elise Bush, who is now 8 for 8 in her last 8 at-bats. Let's see if she can continue her streak.
5 singles and 3 home runs and a walk.
Intentional walk, that is.
Yep, 4 straight. Ooh, lays off the high pitch very well. Ball 1.
Good discipline there by number 24, the designated hitter for the Wildcats.
Doing her job as well as you can these last few at-bats.
I mean, 8 for 8. It's just tough to keep that streak going. As she hits a foul ball for strike 1.
Like we said, sometimes players struggle to get 8 games in a row with a hit, let alone 8 plate appearances in a row. And reaching successfully on 9 in a row is just unheard of.
Well, Sui would like to put a stop to that streak right here as she gets her signs ready to deliver the pitch. And that's going to be a pass ball. Wolstenhume takes second, takes a turn, thinking about third, smartly heads back to second base. Wildcats with another runner in scoring position with their number 4 hitter, Bush, up to bat with 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bush.
Only 1 out so far.
Bush patiently waiting to step in the box, making sure she gets her mind right, facing a very good pitcher from the Broncos. Sui gets her sign, delivers pitch, and swung on and missed, strike 2.
That ball just dove right out of the strike zone, got about 2 feet from the plate and dove directly to the far corner for Elise as she chased, not quite getting in a bat there.
The young sophomore has not seen many pitchers of this caliber. She lays off that outside pitch, evens up the count. Goes to a full count. Payoff pitch coming up with a runner on second. Let's see who can win this battle, Sui or Bush.
Sui would have the advantage as she's been here in this situation a lot more, but Bush has been hitting really well.
Called strike 3, right at the letters, and that's the second out for the Broncos as Bush's streak comes to an end. Unfortunate for her, I'm sure she'll get that bat working again. Here comes Taylor Reedhead, who I believe struck out her first at bats.
Yes, she did on 3 pitches.
Well, she saw 3, maybe she can straighten that out right here. Here comes the pitch. Little inside, ball 1.
Got batting coach McKay out there showing Taylor where the catcher's setting up. Always helpful to know whether pitch is coming in or out at you.
Time called. I believe the coach of San Juan saw what was happening as McKay was giving the signs away or giving the location away. I believe he's changed things up a little bit. That's the only reason I could think he'd be called timeout right here.
Yeah, he pointed right at the second base when he was walking out there saying she's picking up your sign. We got to do something different. But I'm pretty sure McKay's not actually picking up the pitch. She's just picking up where the catcher's setting up.
Right?
So it's not really going to be anything the coach can do differently.
But in a pitcher like Sui, who can hit her location, that could be very helpful to the batter.
Absolutely. It's been proven to help all day with the Wildcats as most of their rallies have started on 2 outs throughout this tournament. So we'll see if anything changes here, if McKay can still pick up the location or the pitch or whatever she was picking up and still toss a sign in there to Taylor to help her out, whether she's swinging at the inside half or the outside half. All we want is the yellow half of that ball and drive it into a gap somewhere.
Tatiana gets a sign, delivers. Call for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2-1 ball game. Wildcats on top of the Broncos. McKay Wolstenhume standing on second base. Reedhead awaits the pitch. Outside, called, corner for a strike 2.
It appears as if McKay is still picking up the signs out there, showing Taylor where the ball's coming. Let's see if it can pay off here.
And Taylor fouls one off. So the catcher, they have definitely, that's what they were talking about, Hayden. I can see the catcher is now waiting to the very last second to adjust her glove where she wants the pitch.
And McKay is still trying to toss the sign when she sees her going somewhere. Left hand or right hand, showing inside or outside.
A lot to think about. Just got to get up there and hit the ball at this point.
Yep.
Oh, a little inside pass ball. Wolstenhume's going to take third base. That ball looked like it almost nicked Reedhead's pants. but she backed out just enough. I wouldn't want to take that pitch. It looks like it's coming at almost 65, 70 miles per hour to me.
Not if I have to run again after.
Hey, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1 ball game. Runner on third. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Good cut there by Reedhead.
Fouled straight back into that microphone as you're getting that echo of that fence, just bringing you into the game a little bit closer.
About an even amount of fans for both teams. Very good turnout here for the 2A softball championships. Very good game so far. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 3. So we are to a full count. 3-2, 2 outs. Reedhead.
Reedhead putting on a battle here.
She is.
Making her throw some pitches, exactly what the Wildcats want, as Sui Sui's been throwing all day already.
Up high, ball 4. So the Wildcats have 2 runners aboard. Bringing up Rachel Rydalch, the left fielder. Runners at the corners. Catcher calling the play.
If they try to steal Taylor here, be ready for some type of trick play, whether they throw straight to third base and try to get McKay sleeping, or shortcut one to the shortstop or second, or even just go straight back to Sui Sui with a rocket shot to try to get this runner going home.
Runner goes safely on second base. That pitch is called for a strike. Coach Bowen telling Rydalch, let's go, let's go. You got 2 runners in scoring position.
Rachel has been due. She's been struggling this so far in the state tournament in the batter's box, doing a great job out in center. Left. She could really use, no, Rachel's in center. Oh, Rachel is in left, you're right. Ooh, dodges another one. She was hit by pitch on the last one on that roller. But Rachel's bat could really come alive right now. Try to open this game up, a few runs.
Tatiana Sui Sui trying to pitch herself out of this jam. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, it's a long fly ball. It's going to go deep, but not deep enough as the left fielder gets under it for the 3rd out of the inning. Good cut there by Rydalch, just not enough power, and that's going to be a 2-1 ball game. Wildcats do sneak 1 more run in there. We'll be back to the bottom of the 3rd with this timeout brought to you by Wasatch Golf Course in Midway, Utah. What a beautiful place to play. This timeout is brought to you by the well-known mountain and lake courses at Wasatch Mountain State Park, scenic in Utah. Nationally, Golf Digest rated Wasatch Mountain as one of Utah's best places to play, giving the facility 4.5 out of 5 stars. At an elevation of 6,000 feet tucked away in Midway, Utah, golfers enjoy cooler temperatures during summer months. The fall colors in late September to early October are truly a sight to behold. Book your next round of golf at one of Wasatch's iconic courses.
Coaches and officials is a must at all levels of athletics and activity programs. The Utah High School Activity Association review.
And we're back. We just got some updates for you. Enterprise has won their game in the losers bracket. They will move on to play the winner of Manti and Gunnison. The winner of the game of Manti and Gunnison will face the loser of the game we have on here on Field 3 between South Summit and San Juan directly after this game, as we are going to wrap up the state tournament tonight and try to beat the rainstorm that comes in tomorrow.
90% sure of that. We're still trying to get the official word, but I've heard them talk about it for the past 3 hours, so.
I saw the score table downstairs has it written in for tonight on the scoreboard, well, but I'm not sure if that means anything.
That's probably more official.
That might be
than
some
me.
parents wanting the games to be over, so they don't have to drive back up next week sometime.
Here comes the pitch from Nichols. Swung on, fly ball into right field. Nagel charges in, makes the catch for the 1st out. Very efficient pitching there by Natalie Nichols. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That was Kanani Benelli, or Benali, however you want to pronounce that. She is the 9-hitter, and we are right back up to the top of the order. Last time grounded one into Hannah Peterson at short. And here comes the first pitch from Natalie Nichols. It's a little low, ball 1. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Skies are getting darker. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. That usually means we're going to be followed with a little rain. There's a ground ball straight to third baseman. Wilston has to charge it. She does and guns it over to first base to make the 2nd out of the inning.
Okay, Wilson with a great play there at third. Charges all the way in, picks it up, scoops, one step and a throw. All in great motion. 2 down for the Wildcats. And number 15, the shortstop for San Juan, step into the box, Jade Palmer.
Jade flew out to shortstop first time?
Yeah, she hit that line drive right there at Hannah as well. 2 batters in a row went right at her. And that one's going to be through the middle for a base hit right up the middle. Sydney Madrine tosses it into Hannah, keeps it on at first, and there is a base hit for Miss Jade Palmer.
That'll bring up the very dangerous Tatiana Sui, who has 2 home runs today. 1 in the first game against Manti Templars, 1 in this game against South Summit Wildcats. Let's see what the coaching staff of South Summit would like Natalie Nichols to do. Way outside.
She jumped on that very first pitch they threw her the last time. I wouldn't be surprised to see him work around her here, as a runner on first and second is almost better than letting Tatiana take a swing at that bat, because she has a lot of power behind that swing.
I agree. Catcher setting up outside again.
With those long arms, you can't quite get far enough outside if you want.
Look at that. Her fingertips must be down below her knee. She's got some powerful arms right there. No wonder she throws so hard and swings so hard. I wouldn't arm wrestle her for the life of me.
No, her arm's a machine. If she can pitch all the games she does. She hits a grounder right to Hannah Peterson. Hannah picks it up, throws to first, going for Susie, and she got her.
Nice play by the shortstop Peterson to get the 3rd out of the inning. Still a 2-1 ball game as we move to the top of the 4th. This is great softball, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying it. This timeout will be brought to you by All West Communications. We appreciate letting us do Wildcat TV on their TV channel. All they do for us, donations, helping out the school district and the program. Thanks to All West for allowing this to happen. We'll be back in a moment. Well, the unofficial official word is that the games may be over after this, and we might go into tomorrow. We're still waiting to find that out. So if you got in your car, drive on down here. We appreciate it.
I think the unofficial official word might just be tired of watching softball today. But who knows? She has seen quite a few games up today, and we can't blame her for thinking that. As you can see, a lot of people are breaking out their tents, looking like they're going to camp all night. We're not sure. Umbrellas coming out. First pitch was a ball. Second one fouled off into field 3, our neighboring field. Just kidding, field 4, because we're on field 3. But it's 1-1 count after all that. So we'll keep you posted on that game time, what's going to happen. You're just as surprised by the result as we are.
Here comes the pitch from Sui. It's going to be a base hit up the middle for Wollstonhume, who continues to hit well. She hit very well yesterday with 2 home runs. That'll bring up Jade Snyder, with the Wildcats having a runner on first base.
We got a speed-up runner coming in for the catcher. Looks like it's going to be Nicole Fitzgerald. That's normally the runner. I could be wrong. It might be Miss Cassidy, but I think it is Nicole. Nicole Fitzgerald to run for Desmond. Des did not even play in the first game of the state tournament. And she came in the second game to catch, and the way she hit the ball, you just haven't been able to take her out of the lineup.
Well, good call there by the coaching staff of the Wildcats. In the
Powerful
meanwhile,
Wills.
the Broncos are on their toes, looking to make a double play. Infield ready. Runner steals a base. Oh, that could have hurt somebody on that slide. If you're going to slide, you got to get down and get dirty. That was kind of a half slide there by Fitzgerald, but
she's
either
not
way,
sure if she has to wear those pants for 2 games tonight or just this one. She wasn't getting them too dirty.
She's waiting for the official word, just like the rest of us.
Stun base, not the most graceful slide, but we'll take it.
First pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a ball. So quickly behind in the count is Sui. As Jade Snyder has 2 balls on her, no strikes, no outs, 2-1 ball game. Top of the 4th inning, runner in scoring position, the pinch runner for Wolstenholme, whose name is Nicole Fitch. Snyder tries to square the bunt. That one was a strike. She fouls it off. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Mr. Bowen doing everything he can at the bottom of his lineup here to try to get a runner over into the scoring position. Any production from the bottom of your lineup is what we'll take. And he is thinking 1 run right now will be enough for the bottom of his lineup in this inning if we can get it. So he's looking to bunt Jade again. Try to get her over. Swinging bunt. It's through the gap there. Safe at short, but Jade is going to run it out, and Cole wisely stays right there on second as shortstop was trying to fake her into running, but she stayed put. Jade Snyder with an excellent base hit up the middle. And we've got 2 runners on, and an inning started with no outs coming from the bottom of the lineup with Des Wolstenholme getting this rally started.
Official word, Manti just wins the game, and the official word just came from my athletic director. We will be playing tomorrow. This will be the last game of today for this field. We'll be back tomorrow with more softball no matter what happens. Strike taken there by
Sydney Bedreen.
Thank you, sir. Can't read my phone and watch the game at the same time.
That's why I'm here.
Shouldn't text and drive, and you shouldn't text and announce either.
But if you are driving to this game for the other ones behind it, drive home because there are not other ones behind it.
Hey, good job there to move the runners. Bedreen does her job, moving the runners ahead a base each. So now we have the Wildcats have runners in scoring position, second and third base.
And the ever so hot coming up, Natalie Nichols, Hannah Peterson, and McKay Wolstenholme.
With 1 out.
The red hot, wearing green Wildcat, top of the lineup.
Timeout. Natalie Nichols didn't like all the time that was being taken there.
Or maybe the rain that has just started falling.
It has, hasn't it?
I just looked out and I saw everyone running for cover, so I'm guessing it's raining.
Natalie puts one to the right side. She's a bobble the ball. Natalie runs it out and is safe and gets the RBI, advances the runner to third base, and Natalie does a tremendous job of beating out that throw as it was bobbled by the second baseman. Very unfortunate for Jessica Swenson there. And the team Wildcats jump up 3-1. Speedy Nichols on first base. And Jade Snyder standing on third. We're sure to see a steal coming up here.
Expect Hannah to take a pitch here. Taking one, let Natalie get in scoring position. And then feel free to swing away because Natalie will be going here.
Oh, she doesn't go.
It's surprising. Ball 1 to Hannah.
That's why we don't make that coaching pay, do we, Hayden?
Nope, we definitely made it because Coach Bowen just yelled very viciously at the first base and first base coach. She was supposed to be going. Well, this time he made it very so much clear.
Pass balls in there easily.
And now we've got the runners where they on them. Coach Bowen getting very into this game, jumping around, screaming, clapping 100 miles an hour. As many of you know, Coach Bowen does.
2 balls, no strikes. Peterson be looking for her pitch right here. If she sees it, she's going to swing and swing hard. I can promise you that. Sui delivers. Called inside corner, strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-1, Wildcats on top, threatening to score some more with runners in scoring position. Tatiana delivers the pitch.
Ooh, takes one a little low. Looked good from up here. Didn't like it. Wants to trade balls. That one's getting a little wet in the rain. Hannah Peterson, 3-1 count. Getting her orders from Bowen. It's simple. Score them.
Come on. You're our hitter.
You're our hitter, he says. Prove it.
Here's the pitch. And Peterson.
She's going to drop one in. It's good. Not dropped.
It's going to be a double play. Oh, what a tremendous play by the left fielder to come charging in on that ball. She caught it in the dirt. Unbelievable. Great defense by the Broncos to get him in that jam, only allowing 2 runs. It is a 1 run, I believe. It is a 3-1 ball game as we move to the bottom of the 4th. This timeout will be brought to you by Discovery Properties, Sam Applenup in, Sam Applenup in, we'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Sam Applenop of Discovery Properties. Sam is your local real estate expert. Let him help you buy or sell property. Call or text him at 435-901-0720 for all your real estate needs. The weather's looking gloomy out here. Rain coming down a little bit. Wildcats on top, 3-1 over the Broncos. As we move to the bottom of the fourth, the number 4 hitter, Jessica Swenson, the shortstop, up to bat. What'd she do her first time up, Hayden?
She hit a double.
Double. Well, let's see what she can do her second time up. A little outside, ball.
We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Wildcats still holding on to a slim lead of 3-1 as San Juan escaped quickly in that last inning with 2 runners left in scoring position as the right fielder made a tremendous play to get in on there and then doubled Natalie off at second. Two balls to start this inning for Natalie. There's a strike called. And we are at 2-1 to Miss Jessica Swenson. Ooh, same spot, a little lower that time, not liking it. 3-1.
A lot of movement on that frame job there by Wilson Hume. Tough to give a strike when the catcher's mitt moves that much. Wilson Hume gets the signs from the bench. Timeout called by Swenson. Didn't like standing in the box that long. Nichols gets set in the middle of the circle. The defense for the Wildcats have a huge gap in the middle of the field. And there's a foul ball for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full counts to the number 4 hitter for the Broncos.
After that first inning, Natalie has settled down and started doing her job very well. She faced 3 batters the next inning and 4 in the third inning as she's facing her first in this inning. Throws a change upon the ground. Oh, one hops McKay into the outfield. Rachel picks it up, fires it over to the second base. Taylor knocks it dead, and it's on with a single for Miss Jessica.
Good piece of hitting there to wait on that changeup. Drilled that one hopper right under the glove of McKay Wilson Hume. 8 times out of 10, McKay's got that one because she's got such a great glove. Not an error, that was a base hit, but McKay good at stopping those base hits. That'll bring in Leilani Begay, the first baseman. Here's the pitch, and she hits a sharp grounder to Hannah Peterson, who kind of stops moving for it, gets by it, gets right by her. Now the Broncos are threatening to score with no outs. Runners on first and second with 2 back-to-back hits on 2 back-to-back pitches. Will bring up Mary Royer, the catcher for the Broncos.
Hannah halfway between the decision to dive or get there on her feet and did neither, as it scooted right past the edge of her mitt by inches.
Even if she dove, both runners would have been safe. Anyway, Nichols takes a breath on the mound, trying to regroup. Just dug herself into the gym with those last 2 pitches. Delivers. Little outside, ball 1.
San Juan looking to play a little bit of small ball here. Move these runners over into scoring position where a sacrifice fly can score them. Be ready for Natalie to turn and look to 3 if the bunt comes straight at her in time. And she swings.
Big hit. Going deep right field. That ball is over the fence. 3-run home run. The Broncos jump on top of the Wildcats with one swing of the bat. It is now 4-3 as Mary Royer, the catcher, comes through and puts the Broncos top.
What a shot, taking it where it's pitched, outside the plate, drives it to right field, and it's not coming back. 3 base hits in a row. Dennis goes out to visit on the mound. We've retrieved the ball, and here we go.
Are we going to have a pitching change?
It looks like Hannah Peterson will be warming up right here.
Changing of the guard. This pitching change will be brought to you by IHC, Intermountain Healthcare in Park City. They do a wonderful job helping out the Summit County communities. Great for our school district, and we appreciate everything they do. Thanks, IHC. We'll be back in a moment. So Hannah Peterson checks in inside the circle as she switches positions with Natalie Nichols, who led up 2 singles and a home run. Peterson comes in with a 1-run deficit, delivers the first pitch, and that's going to be ball 1. The batter is Lori Begay. The San Juan side is up on their feet, happy as can be. South Summit side's a little deflated after that last swing, and there's a cut for strike 1, foul ball. So the count moves to 1-1, no outs, 4-3 ball game, bottom of the 4th inning, Broncos on top of the Wildcats.
It's now Hannah's turn to come in and help Natalie out, as Natalie helped her in her first game today. With the changeup right to McKay, off the mitt, picks it up, still throws, just in time, got it at first. Slight bobble on the line drive, picks it up, makes the play, 1 down for the Lady Wildcats.
Good recovery there from McKay, who knocks that ball down. Tough for many people to make that play once you make the error, but she came through and fixed it. That'll bring up Bailey Bowers for the Broncos, the designated hitter. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, foul ball, strike 1.
Bailey struck out last time with a 1-2 count when she received her final strike. Only saw 4 pitches from Natalie, and that's her only at bat of the day, as we are just now getting back to the bottom of the half of the lineup. Swung on and missed as Hannah throws a little curveball, dropping out to the outside. 2 strikes way ahead right here. Don't expect anything good, but as we've been saying that, they've been tossing whatever they want, so we'll see how it goes. Hannah's got the pitch, throws it inside, popped up right at me, and right on my speaker. Luckily, it is okay. And the ball is thrown back into play.
Man, that almost came through the window. That could have been a $7,000 damage shot if it was 2 feet to the left hitting this equipment.
We'll just charge San Juan for that.
There we go.
0-2 count again. Hannah with another pitch. Swung on, hit, little line drive to Taylor. She does what she does, squeezes it 1 hand, throws it around. Lady Cats now 2 outs, 1 out away from getting out of this bottom half of the 4th inning and going back to try to receive those runs.
Peterson doing her job so far, coming in for relief for Nichols. Faced 2 batters, got 2 outs. Now she'll be facing, is this Benelli?
Kanani Benelli. Fouled straight back right into the microphone once again. What a great location for that. Strike 1.
That ball's done, the ump said as he throws it over to the 3rd base coaching staff. Get rid of that one. It's a little too marked up, hitting a microphone and a speaker. Here's the pitch.
Ooh, she wisely dodges it as it was going right for her ankles.
Ball 1.
Hannah doesn't like that ball. She just wants the one that Denny just dried off for her. Coach Dennis Rose throws that Ball back into play after drawing it off for the umpire. I think it must have just been wet.
Just wet, huh?
Not damaged enough to not play with. So we will go with it. 1-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. San Juan with the lead, 4-3. Throw. That one's coming to me. Not what's going to get down in time. And a play by the...
Hannah wants that ball. She likes it.
Speaker, house, everything. She's keeping that one. She does not want a different ball. 2 strikes, 1 ball. And the Wildcats chasing this final out of the inning. San Juan looking to put more runs on the board.
Hannah spins, delivers. And that's
backwards.
Strike 3, look in as the Wildcats allow 3 runs on 3 hits with a home run by Mary Royer. 3-run shot to put the Broncos on top. We'll be back to the top of the 5th inning. This TV timeout is brought to you by Gateway Dentistry, Dr. Ammon Pitt in Summit County. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Dr. Ammon Pitt at Gateway Dentistry in Camas, Utah. Dr. Pitt has a very simple business philosophy. Be honest, inform each patient so they know their options, keep each patient as comfortable as possible, and provide high quality work. I've heard nothing but good things about Dr. Pitt. Make sure you come see him for your dentistry needs. Here we are back to the start of the 5th inning as the Wildcats will bring up their number 3 hitter. McKay Wolstenhume has had a very good bat so far, being a huge part of the reason defensively and offensively while the Wildcats have made it this far this season and in this tournament. Tatiana Suisui gets set, stretches her neck a little bit, ready to deliver the pitch with a 1-run lead. Here's the pitch. Little inside, ball 1.
McKay hasn't had a lead off too many times this tournament following the hitting of Natalie and Hannah, but today she has been a leadoff batter twice, I believe.
Outside, ball 2. So quickly ahead of the count is Wolstenhume. She's got a 2-0 count, looking for her pitch right here and nothing more than that. One swing could tie it up for the Wildcats. Suisui gets the sign. Delivers. Outside, ball 3. So we'll see what kind of sign Coach Bowen gives over to Wolstenhume. Just wants a base runner right now. Probably going to give her the take.
McKay's been on both times today. Don't see why he should be swinging at this one. Should just be a fastball right down the middle, you would presume. And she does swing.
It's going to be a pop-up to the center fielder.
Once again, another outfielder. They're making a catch on this dirt. This dirt is a little bit deeper than normal, but not as deep as we need it.
You know, I think San Juan Broncos outfield is playing the way you should play this field, because if it's going to get past them, they're still going to hold them to a double at the very most, and could probably make more outs by creeping up a little bit.
I agree. A lot of those balls were falling earlier today because the outfield was playing so far back.
Well, here comes the dangerous hitting Elise Bush. She swings at the second baseman's going to get thrown out for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 pitches, 2 outs. 2 back-to-back pitches, that is. 2 outs after going down on the count. 3-0. So Suisui getting right back into her groove. That'll bring up Reedhead, who would like to get a hit here. An offensive rally started for the Wildcats, but she's been struggling so far against this phenomenal pitcher, Tatiana Suisui. Foul ball, strike 1.
She battled all the way to a full count last time and then eventually won the battle, drawing the walk. We'll see what she does here. She fouls off the very first pitch she sees. 2 down in the top half of the 5th inning. Swung on, hit right back to Suisui. Makes a great snag, tosses over to first, and that's 3 outs.
What a reflex there by Suisui to snag that ball, throw out Reedhead. That'll bring up the Broncos coming into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Chevron in Camas, Utah, right off Mirror Lake Highway there. If you're ever going up Mirror Lake Highway and you're from out of town, you got to stop by. They have the best donuts in Utah. I can promise you that. Chevron's a great contributor of South Summit and our community. We really appreciate what they do for us. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. Here we are starting the bottom of the 5th inning. Looks like number 42, Charla Yanito, is up. That's the top of the lineup for the Broncos. Peterson still on the mound. Did a great job coming in for relief. A little too late, though, as the Broncos were able to put up 3 runs on Nichols. As Yanito grounds out to the second baseman for 1 pitch, 1 out. To start off the bottom of the 5th inning here.
Work quick. That's what you want out here. The weather like this, you don't want to be out there trying to make a long inning out in the outfield.
And that'll bring up Jade Palmer, the shortstop for the Broncos. Here's the first pitch, called strike 1.
Got her with the great changeup right there on that strike. Like I said, when Hannah has the changeup, she has the changeup. When she doesn't, she doesn't. But today it's worked well these first 2 innings she's thrown. There's another one.
Strike 2. Both pitches, batter just looking at him. Hannah's going to try and stay away from the plate on this one as she's up 0-2. 1 out, 4-3 ball game. She doesn't stay away from the plate, but she gets a pop up to the right fielder. Second baseman Reedhead backs up, calls off the right fielder, and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning.
Taylor with a great play. That's always a tough play running backwards, especially transitioning from the dirt to the grass. You never know if it's going to be a sure footing. It is just enough as she snow cones that one in her glove for the 2nd out. Now the ever dangerous Tatiana Sui stepping up to the bat.
Called in there. Strike 1 inside corner. Timeout called as Wolstenhume goes to talk to her pitcher. Let her know what the deal is. She must know more than we do.
I think she might have said, "Don't throw this girl a good one." She will crush it. So if Hannah can keep battling here, keep it where Coach Dennis wants it, and hope that Coach Dennis knows what he's doing.
Sui calls time. What a baller that girl is. Tremendous athlete. Solo home run. One of the reasons the Broncos are up by 1 run. And held the Wildcat offense, powerful Wildcat offense, to only 3 runs so far through 5 innings. No teams have been able to do that in the tournament. A lot of credit to Tatiana. Here comes the pitch from Peterson, 1-1, swung on.
That's out of here.
That's going to be another home run. Put on the books. As Sui with her 2nd home run of the day. 3rd home run of the day, that is. 2nd home run of the game. Wildcats now down 5-3 as Tatiana just keeps bringing her game. Team out there to greet her. San Juan side very happy as a 2-run lead may be all they need to get through these last 2 innings with Sui pitching. That'll bring up the number 4 batter, Jessica Swenson. She is the 2nd baseman. Hopefully that doesn't rattle Hannah too much. She can continue pitching well. And it popped up. Center field, shortstop. Nichols calls everybody off. The 3rd out, but not before the damage has been done by Sui. And the Broncos now have a 5-3 lead going in to the top of the 6th inning. Wildcats down to their last 6 outs. This timeout is brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop in Heber City, Utah. We'll be back in a moment. This timeout is brought to you by Fish Heads Fly Shop in Heber City, Utah. A great little fly shop with a great staff. They make you feel like royalty every time you come in. They have all the gear you need and some of the best flies in Utah. They offer top-notch fly trips on the Green River in Wyoming, Strawberry River in the Uintas, as well as my favorite fishery, the Provo River. Provo is one of the best trout rivers in the Rocky Mountains. Make sure you come by and see Fish Heads to get all your gear. Here we are to start the 6th inning. Up first for the Wildcats will be Rachel Rydalch. The Wildcats are at their, is this 6, 7, 8 batters? Yes, 6, 7, 8 batters. Rydalch steps in the box facing Sui Sui. She's had a quiet bat so far this series. Let's see if she can awaken it right here. The Wildcats need a runner to get back in it. And she hits a ground ball straight to the pitcher through the pitch, 1 out. And Tatiana continues to do a wonderful job out there on the mound. That'll bring up Desmond Wolstenhume, the number 7 batter for the Wildcats. They would at least like to get 1 runner on, so to be sure no matter what happens, they're going to get back to the top of their lineup in that last inning. They sure would rather just score some runs right here. Let's see what Desmond has.
Checks her swing. They're going to ask. She did check it.
No swing. Ball 1.
The bottom of the lineup can get a rally started here. It would not hurt one bit.
Wind pick up a bit. The skies are getting gray. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1. The good news is whichever one of these teams does lose, they still have a shot as they have not lost yet in the tournament. They will go right over playing the winner of the Enterprise Manti game tomorrow morning right here on this field as Wolstenhume takes another strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The winner will have to play 2 games. A loser will have to play 2 games tomorrow. Wolstenhume grounds to the second baseman for the 2nd out of the inning. The winner will have to play 2 games, at most 3.
No, the winner will play most games, 2 games tomorrow.
2 games, you're
if
right.
They win.
You're right.
Come through the other side, you'll have to win 3 at most.
3, huh? That's pretty
or
tough.
3 at least.
3 compared to 2 is pretty tough.
And all 3 of those games will be right in a row tomorrow, too, if you happen to do it.
Well, here comes Jade Snyder trying to get something started for the Wildcats. Already been on base today. And she hits a ground ball foul, strike 1.
And Jade sits in there, 2 down, top of the 6th inning. Waiting on the pitch from Sui Sui. Hands are loaded, pitch is on its way. Ball outside, 1-1.
One and 1, 2 outs, 5-3. South Summit down by 2.
Just missed the corner. The umpire thought about raising the arm and left it down.
2
Ball
balls,
2.
1 strike.
That one looked like it might have caught the front edge on its way out as it was diving pretty hard to the far side.
Snyder hits a pop-up to the right fielder, comes charging in, fields it out of play for the out. In foul territory. And that's 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Wildcats down to their last 3 outs. But before they get to that, they need to stop this powerful San Juan Bronco offensive attack as they've been pouring on the runs here and there, mostly from the offense of Tatiana Sui Sui. We'll be back in a moment. This TV timeout's brought to you by All West Communications. So here we are back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Number 21 leading off for the Broncos. That would be Leilani Begay, the first baseman. Leilani reached on base with a single her last time at bat, scored a run off Mary Royer's home run, who's in the on-deck circle right now. Hannah Peterson throws ball 1.
Enterprise looking here to add a little bit of insurance to protect themselves in the 7th inning. And the Wildcats hoping to do the exact opposite and not give them anything. 1-1 count as Hannah tosses a strike inside on the inside corner. Leilani is your batter. Hannah is your pitcher. Leilani pops one up. It's going to drift foul over the first base dugout.
Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Leilani. Hannah Peterson playing a little bit of ball juggling with the umpire as she has been very key with her ball selection. It has rained a little bit, so they are wet. Here comes the pitch from Peterson. Little inside ball.
2-2 count. Ball fired in from the first base dugout. Low one. Dez knocks it down, saves the umpire's shins.
First base coach threw that pretty hard.
Yes, he did.
Here comes the pitch from Peterson. Foul ball. Good cut there by Begay to stay alive and keep her life going up there in the batter's box.
Hannah tosses another ball back to the umpire she doesn't like and receives the one she wants from her coach, Dennis Rose. 2-2 count here. Hannah trying to get Leilani. Pops one up. It's in the air. Nagel's cruising in, and she gets there just in time to retire the first batter of the inning. Stephanie Nagel getting a lot of action out there in right field today in this second game. 1 down. San Juan still leads 5-3. Hannah Peterson in the circle. First pitch on its way, fouled off to the right side again. Hannah just can't keep that ball in play. And she'll wait for another one. She finally gets one from the umpire. She says this one will have to do. We don't have any other ones, so I'll try it.
If I was the South Summit fans, I'd be over making sure I get that ball back for Hannah. She likes it very well. There's a
that
strike.
One seems to work all right as she keeps the home run hitter jammed in on the fist, and she can't get a hold of strike 2. 0-2 count for Hannah. Mary Royer. Like we said, the whole home run last time. Hannah reached the bare hand out, thought better of it, pulled it back in, and that one is up through the middle for a base hit single. Looked like she was going to try to fill down with her bare hand. Wisely pulled that one out of the way.
That would have been the end of the tournament for her.
That one was lazy.
Royer reaching safely her last 2 at-bats with a 3-run home run and a single, which will bring up Lori Gay up next, the third baseman, who fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Broncos doing all they can to put another insurance run up on the board.
And Hannah and the Wildcats trying to do the exact opposite and keep those runs right where they're at on the board, so they can come back in the top of the 7th inning and try to put something on the board. Desmond tries to frame that one, a little bit of movement down there. 1-1 count to your batter, Lori Begay. Spins the ball, tosses it in there. It's a shot towards second. Taylor picks it up, tosses it to first for the out. The advanced runner is standing on second. 2 down. And Bailey Bowers now stepping up to the plate.
Runner in scoring position for the Broncos. 2 down, 5-3 ball game. Broncos on top of the Wildcats. Strike 1 into Bowers from Hannah Peterson, who's come in and allowed 1 run since she's come in the game. That would be the solo home run, second of the day for Sui Sui. There's a foul ball. Strike 2.
Got our fans ducking over there right by the fence. Even if that fence is there, you never know. Still instinct to just dive out of the way. 0-2 count once again for him. Jumping all over these runners, trying to stay ahead in the count. Doing a great job of that in this inning. Right back at her. She ricochets it to Taylor. Taylor picks it up, no trouble, throws it over to Jade for the out. And the Wildcats escape this bottom half of the 6th inning with no runs. chasing 2 runs entering the 7th inning. If they don't get 2, that will be the ball game. 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead and put the pressure back on San Juan. We will be back shortly.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning as the Wildcats down to their last 3 outs. The number 9 hitter up, Sydney Vadrine. Before she gets up, I got to give a shout out to my son's baseball team, the Ochre Mountain Diggers, playing in the pre-Cooperstown tournament right now. They're on a roll, beating the number 1 team in state. Good job, boys. Anyway, back to softball. 2A championships down here in Spanish Fork, Utah. First pitch delivered, swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Wildcats have 3 outs to work with here, needing 2 runs to push this game to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Sui will do everything in her power to keep it from the bottom of the 7th inning. Another pitch swung on and fouled by Sydney. Just a second behind that one. And she is down 0-2 to Sui. Not a place you want to be with someone that has this many pitches that can dive in all 4 directions.
1 base runner is all the Wildcats need. That's a little outside for a ball. 1 base runner would bring the tying run to the plate with some great hitters coming up next. Let's see if the athletic Sydney Vadrine, batting number 9, can come through for the Cats. Here comes the pitch. And swung on and missed. Strike 3. So 1 down. Wildcats down to their last 2 outs. Couldn't be in a better place in the order for them with the 1-2 hitters coming up next. But unfortunately, the great Tatiana Sui is controlling this game both offensively and defensively. The shift is on for Nichols. Here comes the pitch.
Big gap out in right center.
And Nichols hits a blooper right over the second base net. Just what they needed was a base runner. That'll bring up Hannah Peterson with the tying run on first base. Hannah has 6 home runs. Did she have one earlier?
She's hit one today. This week.
This week. So 6 home runs on the season. The Wildcat Rally fans have their hats on. Let's see how the Broncos pitch Peterson. Nichols on first. Here's the pitch. Nichols takes off, tries to the bag. She's going to be safe.
Ball up in the air. Second, short can't find it. It's right behind the bag. Safe at second. Natalie Nichols dusts herself off. Umpire cleans off the second base. That first pitch, I couldn't tell if it was called strike or not.
Hannah Peterson's going to be swinging at her shoes right here. She's just not looking to make contact. She's looking to crush that ball. Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Swung on, right ground ball, right to the pitcher. It's going to be the second out of the inning. Unfortunate for Peterson, but it does move the runner over to the third, bringing up McKay Wilson, who does have a home run earlier today. Wow, that's down to their last batter, unless McKay can reach on base. Sui knows what's going on. She's been here before. She looks very composed out there on the mound.
That took a great hop on Hannah right there. Out of the box and bounced right to Sui. Very fortunate, and Sui made a great play on it. Advanced the run over to third. Natalie is standing on third, just waiting to be called in, as the Wildcats are still chasing 2 runs here. First pitch in there for a called ball to McKay Wilson. Second pitch swung on, hit the center.
That's going to be the third out of the inning, and the game is over. Congratulations to the San Juan Broncos, who have gone undefeated in this tournament. We'll be playing in the championship game tomorrow at 12:15 right here, live coverage on Wildcat TV and KSL. The Wildcats will be playing at 10 a.m. in the losers bracket of the winner of Manti and Enterprise game, which is going on right now on field number 4. Great game. Both pitchers doing very well. Unfortunate for Natalie Nichols to hit up that 1 3-run home run, the difference of the game, plus 2 home runs from Sui, who pitched a beautiful game. It's been a fun game of softball. We're happy to be here, happy to bring this to you. On behalf of Hayden Peterson, my co-announcer, this is Jeremy Fierro, Wildcat TV crew, Caleb Sargent, Jordan Howe, and Tyrell Horrocks. Hopefully you guys will all be down here on the field, not watching tomorrow on TV, as we'll be starting our live coverage at 10 a.m. once again. We'll be happy to see you then. Till then, have a good rest, stay dry, and let's hope we get the games in tomorrow.